Why, oh why, can't any of these ex-close friends or even some of my current friends just believe me? I mean, it's getting to a point now where I think everyone, I'm talking about all my friends, should just leave me behind. For Eugene to even say that I'm never going to hang out again, look, first and foremost, it would not surprise me anymore if he has already muted all the group chats. And although he had already quit as a nutballer, well, you know what? He has already come to just officially leave all the group chats. And next thing you know, like, what's next, man? What's next? You see, this is how bad everything has gotten for me. And I'm telling you, it's hard for me, and I've said this a million times already, even in my past videos, even in my old posts on Facebook, right, that for as long as I'm in this dump, the way that it functions, it's so nice and clear out. Are you sure it's going to even rain tonight again? Well, I mean, look, it's to a point where just like as bad as my life has already been, it's the way that this dump has been regressing has made me regress even further as a person, and in my social life and in my my personal life. But I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care if none of these guys believe me, And I'm talking about any of these friends, ex-close friends or current friends. This dump, for as bad as it's been the last few years, mainly since the almost 20 people that left, it has possessed me mentally. Yes, you heard me right. Possessed me. So that's why I've been saying it's my dump's fault, because no matter how hard I tried to have such a good day or a better day, I mean, I've already said it in that one other video where my day was seemingly, it was going so well, right? And then one little thing that triggers me as to why I shouldn't still be here, shouldn't be here anymore. It's why I've just completely lost it. It's like my day, my good day has suddenly turned around for the worse. It's like flipping the switch completely, or just you're seeing a really broad light, like it's a party, and the next thing you know, something bad goes on. That party suddenly turns into like a, well, I don't want to say a funeral home, but like, yeah, it's turned into like a like a dark hole, or like a dungeon all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I don't even know if that's even the right analogy to use, but fuck it, man. I mean, I don't want to go as far as saying like, yeah, it's a party, it's everybody's having good vibes, and next thing you know, somebody's out here to completely ruin the party. Even if it's like, for example, a mass shooting, and that all of a sudden just completely turns off the vibes, and everybody's days is now being ruined because of that. What I'm saying, that mass shooting, what I'm saying. Okay, maybe that sounds like a better analogy, but still, I mean that's how I've been operating. I mean, I'm never gonna have days like this where you're so good, and the next thing you know, it's like, they're so good, like, consistently. And even when I'm going through such pains, it's like, back then, yes, I had to face so much pressure after Claire left. And Claire was my classmate before in Cal State Fullerton, right? when she also majored in graphic design. She was only there for 3 months at that dump. She worked alongside Rico, and then Rico got me in. So yes, I was pressured because I was the less experienced graphic designer, and knowing that it was my first time working in a quote-unquote real job, as a lot of people like to make it out to be, I had to be taught by Rico a lot of graphic design. And so my hiring was just lucky, very lucky, that although it wasn't a friendly welcome, at least I still had the opportunity from him to learn graphic design from, even the basics of InDesign, because I didn't know shit about InDesign other than the page layouts, right? So I was blessed at that time. All the while that I'm also, or haven't also been facing so much pressure to live up to my, to my role as a graphic, quote unquote graphic artist, right? So it was different then, and compared to now, being in my 13th year, it was just useless as ever. Like I come back, and it's just nothing but confusion, dude. It all starts with that goddamn company president. Yes, I said it. The company president is the one that's controlling me mentally. Him, the way that he's operating this dump, and the way that he's brainwashed a lot of people, including the upper management. Dude, I come back in and Armando tells me something about well, I was at lunch at the time because I was waiting for that motherfucker. I'm talking about the company president to approve my flyers. And Armando said I didn't put him in. Well, obviously I was at lunch that time, and and then another thing was just something else that was just a misunderstanding, and that was eventually corrected. But I mean, still, dude. See, this is what happens. I told you, whether I come in early, whether I come in late, it doesn't freaking matter, dude. It does not. Even if I come in for like a half day, you know what I'm saying? Or if I'm only there till like 3 o'clock or so. There's nothing about that dump that's gonna make me a better employee. What is it about that dump, like, where I'm gonna have more learning opportunities, in order to better myself as an employee, or to better myself professionally? Nothing. I already said it. There's no more learning opportunities. I get it, of all these mistakes that I've made and all the criticisms were warranted, to where they're going to help me to grow professionally, if it was like my first or second year. Hell, you can even say your third year, if you're in a company where you're going to have so many learning opportunities, even when it comes to a field like graphic design, where there are so many different learning opportunities, to enhance your role or your career in that field, right? But here's my thing, I'm just not learning anything anymore. It has been put to a complete stop. I'm just there just to work on the same shit over and over again, and regardless if I'm trying to do things right or trying to be proper with my routine, or sometimes improper, I don't ever feel valued anymore. I feel more undervalued, unloved, underappreciated. And this is why I'm getting all this drama in my life, dude. All this drama. Right now, my sister has not even talked to me for like over a month, because of that ugly incident, the ugly argument that we had. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. It's my dump that mentally controlled, that mentally corrupted me, and has taken possession over me mentally. I don't care what anybody says. I'm gonna keep saying it's my dump's fault. I'm sorry if I have to disagree with Julio on this particular part. I get what he's saying, and for Nathan to even add on, so you don't want to take accountability. Look, man, I love these guys. They're good friends. Even though Julio is already my ex-close friend. But unfortunately, I'm still gonna stand by my stance, saying that it's my dump's fault because of how it functions now. It's favoritism over opportunity. equal opportunity. It's favoritism over expanding that dump. Expanding the company to be better, to better its business. No way. If you have the same company president that refuses to retire, you can expect that place to just shut down in the next few years. Well, I mean, most of us have thought that way like in 2023 before the almost 20 people left. But unfortunately, that place is still there. And I'm sitting there just more than half the time when it's so fucking slow. I look like a fucking retard. Like a special needs dude. Just sitting there, just on my phone. Just doing shit that, you know. While all the while I'm being paid $18.50 on my 13th year. And then some people act like it's my fault that I do all this. It's like a lot of blame deflection. That's what Paola alluded to. That's what Lisa alluded to. It's all a lot of blame deflection. It's more unprofessionalism than it is professionalism. And that being said, with a dump like this that is abnormal as hell, you best believe it's why I can never be a better fucking person. No! Julio can say what he wants to me about, well, you know, start owning up your failures. Start taking accountability. That's how you grow as a person. You won't grow professionally until you grow as a person. You know what? I agree with that. Don't get me wrong. From a general standpoint, I agree with that from Julio. There's a lot of things that he says to me that is good. Don't get me wrong. Same with Nathan. Same with Tristan. Same with Robbie. Same with anybody. Mari, Sam, Angel. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm at my ongoing worst, you saw how I responded to Julio when he told me that shit. Of course he was gonna get pissed off. Why wouldn't he? At this point, do you really think he's gonna continue to be friends with me? That's why I had to block guys like him and Robbie and Andrew and Dewey. By the way, me and Dewey's friendship has already gone bad blood after what happened on Valentine's Day. When he just clearly told me, fuck you, Jay, and the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? My God, dude. I don't want this to happen between me and Julio and me and Robbie and me and Andrew, me and Tristan, Angelique, Krista. No, I'm going to give them their peace. I want them to have their peace away from me. I don't want any of these guys to continue criticizing me at my worst. Yes, I've been blowing up all these guys' phones. Yes, I made Carlos, Eugene, Russ, everybody, including Nathan, whom I've never ever seen frustrated before in my life, until just recent. You best believe these guys are gonna want no part of me anymore if this keeps up. And look no further, Anastasia's gone. Dewey's gone. Even though he was gone a long time ago, he's gone in a much worse way. He's much worse off. That's why I told some of the guys I had to block Julio, Robbie, Tristan, Jesse, and Andrew, guys like them. And another reason why I had to avoid social media, because I don't want these guys to continue seeing me at my worst, to prevent any further damage to our friendships. I made that mistake that at one point I had to unblock these guys, and look no further. On Valentine's Day, I know there was something that I didn't like, that I was, you know, that annoyed me based on that ugly incident, and look what happened. Dewey responded, I have shown enough courtesy and respect to you, but if that's how you want to be, fine. Fuck you, Jay. And the rest goes on about what he went through in his personal life. You see what's happening? It's like, I don't want to go on any further about this, but I'm still going to stand by when I said that this dump has taken mental possession of me. It's trying to destroy my health. Hell, my mental health has already been destroyed. Even with me taking therapy, that has already been a failure. Psychiatry, that's been a failure. I mean, Just look at it, man. Just look at me now. How is anybody expected to see me or to believe in me that I'm going to be a better person? No. They're never going to believe me anymore. My sister's never going to believe me anymore. And all these ex-close friends are never going to believe in me anymore. So that's going to be up to me. As I'm going to church right now to get my ash, because it is Ash Wednesday, I had to get myself worked up over this shit, dude. It's a lot of being worked up. All right? I mean, it shouldn't have to get to the point where moving out solo comes first. Well, now it has to, because of that fucking dump. I'm sorry, dude. I mean, I wish I could. I've said this before. I can say that I'm sorry for all my actions, this and that, and this and that. But at the end of the day, my dump is still gonna continue to mentally possess me, putting strings on me like I'm its puppet. Then next thing you know, I'm gonna say all these things to these guys that I do not mean, and I'm gonna keep saying sorry. I'm sorry. It's my dump doing this to me. It's gonna be like that until they all leave me, man. Until they all leave me. Come on, man. So I'm really praying that I get this job. Yes, I'm still applying regardless, but I gotta keep doing this in case this doesn't fall through, because I need as many job interview opportunities as I could before I get the hell out of there. I need to make sure I'm saving my life. I need to make sure I'm showing signs that I need to leave that dump, even though it should have been a long time ago that I left that place. But here I am, man. Here I am. And you know, it's just very devastating to see where my life is at. And you know, I'm just under the impression that, you know, I'm just like, more than half the time I just feel useless or hopeless. And you know, it just goes to further show why, like, I'm losing motivation, inspiration, and regardless of what I do, even if it means going out more often, that's not really doing enough at this point, dude. So I can do all these things, right? And in the end, I'm still gonna have a really baloney life. Well, this dump is still gonna continue to possess me. You know, I'm gonna keep asking myself this question: why can't they believe me? Why can't they all believe me? Why is it that? Do I really believe that Eugene's gonna be the next guy to lose me? Let that sink in. Thank you for watching, everyone. Like, share, and subscribe.